All right. All right. All right. There, Mr. Cooksman, giving us his point here, and a lot of people are actually coming through and saying we Cooksman on point, Cooksman on point. But before we come to you, Mr. Mandaza, I want to give 2 minutes to the our new guests that have come in. I'm seeing here there is Mandla. Mandla, are you there?
Greetings, sir. How are you?
All right. I'm fine. And you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you from? Where are you calling us from?
From South Africa in Leidenburg.
All right. There is Mr. Mandaza and Cooksman and other guests. Can you give us your thoughts?
I've heard the issue of the courts. I think the courts, as they have said, is not that much of importance, but I'm concerned of uh, certain issues that Mr. Mandaza is bringing. He's talking about the economic trajectory that they are coming up, but we cannot really see it on the ground, because actually the opposite is what is taking place, and we have got a lot of issues. A lot of our brothers and sisters, they are all over the countries. I've heard of one of my brother is in Somalia, some that even in Iraq, and we are spaced all over because of some of these issues. And recently here in South Africa, we've been having some xenophobic attacks and the likes. And still, they are not doing much to curb some of these issues that we are facing. We have been hearing also of Zubco issues that are still not making sense to us. So it really brings a lot of questions that are we really in a trajectory of development, or we are actually going down to the core. Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Mr. Mandaza, do you want to respond to that?
I will respond to that, including what Cooksman has said with regards to looting and corruption. And Cooksman ngavone ari honest wo dzimwe dzenguva. Tikada kuona kuti what is happening in all the towns that the MDC CCC running. They've run down these countries, these towns. And the reason why they've run down these towns, where they are supposed to demonstrate their ability to run a country before, since they say that they are an alternative. What we have seen is rampant corruption, fighting for positions in these cities amongst their councillors and the people that are in these towns. Service delivery is close to zero, and somebody spoke about potholes. Potholes are all over towns, and you can no longer move in towns with your car because of potholes. The city fathers and the councillors failing to manage the towns. Yet these are the people that call themselves an alternative. Right now, we know of the 144 million that was supposed to go to Morton Jeffrey Waterworks. Where did it go? It disappeared. It did not disappear in the hands of the government. It disappeared in the hands of the city council of Harare, where they run, where we find the MDC, CCC, the people running that country. We go to Chitungwiza, we go elsewhere. Recently, if I'm not mistaken, it's either Kwekwe or Gweru, where the mayor and the other councillors have now decided to say that let us now work with the government so that we can improve the city, because they themselves, they have admitted that they have failed. And we can't wholly blame, we can't blame ZANU-PF for issues that are being done by people that are mismanaging the affairs of towns, the affairs of cities in Zimbabwe. And These are cities that the former president of MDC Alliance, who is now the president of Triple C, went on air in public, said that we are the people that are running so many of these cities, and you will demonstrate how to run these cities. And this is the demonstration that we are seeing amongst the Triple C. And this is an indictment on the part of Triple C or MDC that they cannot run the country. They are not an alternative because they have failed in the cities that they were given by the people the mandate to run them. That is why now the Ministry of Local Government and the government has come in to assist in making sure that they bring back the services or the towns to where they were before. And that speaks to the economic trajectory that Amanda was asking about, where you were saying, is there any development, tangible development that we are seeing in the country? Yes, there is a lot of development that is currently taking place in the country. You look at the Gwai Shangani water works that is currently taking place, where a South African company has been given a contract to go and bring water into Bulawayo and other regions of Matebeleland. Look at the Bedbridge Harare Road, what has happened. Look at the other major roads that have been attended by government. Look at the infrastructure development that is taking place in Pomona and other towns in be it Bulawayo, Wange, you look at Harare and so on. There is so much that we can talk about in terms of the development that ZANU-PF is currently doing in Zimbabwe. But this is work in progress because there is so much that needs to be done. And we are saying that the development trajectory that the government and this ruling party has taken should be sustained. And we are going to the people to seek yet another mandate to make sure that President Mnangagwa can finish what he has started. We are going to give him another mandate. And believe you me, whilst we are in this race, we are not in this race to lose. We will be in this race, and we are in the race to win because we have a proven track record and we have things that people who are in Zimbabwe are seeing that our party is doing and government. I think someone's mic is muted. I cannot hear you.
Okay, sorry about that. I was saying that thank you for that submission, Mr. Mandaza. I'm going to allow Elliot to come in, but before he does that, I have more life here. But before more life comes on board, let me just read some of your comments here and see if I can find a question that I can pose. But we're just going to wrap it up now as we give to more life, and then everyone is going to give their last thoughts as we wrap up this program. More Life Entertainment, I'm going to give you time just after Eliad has responded to the questions that we're having. Eliad, you are back. What do you have to say about what Mr. Mandaza is saying? Because I also have a question, because you look at, he is talking about Triple C failing to run the cities, but we can see that ZANU-PF claims that they are a stronghold in the rural area. How come they have not developed the rural areas? From the rural area that I come from, there is no, visible roads. It is a gravel, but 10, 15 years ago, it was a well-tarred road. I want you to hold on to that thought. Let me give to Elliot to come in. Elliot, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I've been in the backstage for a long time and I was yearning to speak. I'm quite disappointed with some facts which are being presented. Let me, I think I missed a bit of some facts and information due to my network that was failing. But I last heard when Mr. Mandaza was saying that ZANU-PF is caring and cares for the Zimbabwean population and its people. I'm very much surprised and concerned with such utterances which seem to be filled with a lot of ignorance, and yet the ignorance is intended. How can we say that ZANU-PF is concerned about these people when since 1983 he has been killing and has killed more than 40,000 people, its only population in Zimbabwe? We have a lot of things we can point and account to and see that ZANU-PF doesn't care about the people of Zimbabwe for. Well, fast forward, let me not concentrate on 2008 and a lot of Murambazvina that happened in 2005. Let me go to 2018, which is a bit recent. 2018 August 1, they shot people point blank in the streets. In January 14, they killed and shot people again, and about 19 people died in August as well. How can we then say that ZANU-PF cares about this population? Where do we talk about care? Care actually I think around the EP this thing. I do not understand the submission, Ms. Mandan. And when you say that the opposition sometimes does a lot of grandstanding to send a message to tarnish the image of the country, how do you say that the opposition is grandstanding to tarnish the image of the country when we are seeing a lot of pictures of people that are maimed, tortured, with all those wounds and marks that are showing that someone has been beaten? A clear example is the one that has been given by Coxman of Mazibaba Shanduku, who was beaten by the police in a police cell. Not kuti zvakangoitika kunze. This thing happened, and ZANU-PF did not even bother to condemn such an act, which is the disappointing part about it. In a more disappointing way, ZANU-PF is there to try and cover up to say that such things never happened, but they happened. Everyone knows about it. How do you say kuti hazvina kuitika, or how do you try to cover such an act? Can we say ZANU-PF is serious about protecting the integrity of his people when ZANU-PF is the one that is leading in the forefront, trying to destroy the livelihoods of its own people? And let me fast forward go to the concept of the city councils you've been referring. And I would like to quote what Mr. Rusike said. If you are saying that CCC has been destroying the city councils, why is ZANU-PF not developing the rural areas to which it is a stronghold to? It has been a stronghold to rural areas since 1980, and up to today, we still have the majority of the Zimbabwean population living in the rural areas, and there's zero development there. If you go to the rural areas and if you see, for example, if you go to the timeline of Timpashed, you would see a lot of schools that are in rural areas that have been posted. A lot of kids are learning under trees. A lot of kids are learning Mudzimba Matanda, which is quite embarrassing for a party that has been ruling Zimbabwe for 42 years now, and it is promising that it wants to lead more at least, which is disappointing. How do you say you still want to lead kana ione zvikoro zviri kuvakwa nematanda and you're saying you are doing development in Zimbabwe? Vana vachidzidza pasi pemuti kana ukatonaya vana havachatoende kuchikoro, havatodzidzi. And the same kids there in the rural areas vari kufamba netsoka, they are walking distances. You are saying that you are doing great, but nothing great that we see. And how do you keep on trying to blame, as ZANU-PF, blame CCC, which is now a new party that has been formed in less than 4 months ago, and you are still, and you said Nelson Chamisa doesn't lead MDC Alliance, to which he had to form. Why are you not blaming Douglas Monzora, who is now in charge of the MDC Alliance? Why do you keeping? Why do you want, trying to keep on blaming CCC now? In fact, why do you keep on trying to blame Nelson Chamisa? In fact, in the aspect of roads, NRA, that one, Yema roads, that parastatal, state parastatal is the one that is super control of the issue of roads. And recently we saw CC councillors trying to block the corruption, which was trying to be done by July Moy to try and send a lot of delegates to ZTF by a cost of a lot of hundred thousands of dollars. July Moyo and all those NPF guys have been trying to limit progress and development even in the city councils. And they now here, why, if there is corruption, like you said, Mr. Mandas, why are those people not being arrested? You talked of 144 million US dollars, which was corruptly used and disappeared. Why are people not being arrested? Recently, we saw July Moyo overpricing the prices of my pumps, saying that they were overcharged, I think, to about 10 million, to which it was supposed to cost about 2 million. And you are saying that the city councils of the opposition are the one who are destroying the city councils. How is that possible when you see July Moyo himself overpricing just an ordinary pump so that people can have a better livelihood in a nation? Just a normal thing. July Moyo to overprice those prices and make them cost about times 8 of the normal price. That corruption which is in ZANU-PF, and ZANU-PF is the sole mandate through the central government of the local government, is the one that is leading the local councils. Of course, as the opposition, we cannot distance ourselves from campaigning because we have to be there and try to change things. But ZANU-PF has made it so much difficult for the opposition to deliver, even in the urban councils. But you
All
are
right.
always trying to give blame and not try to change and do something for the people of Zimbabwe.
All right.